Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make these face scrubbies. So these are completely reusable. You can use them with your usual face wash and just give them a scrub, make them wet, rub them on your face to clear your face, or you can use some coconut oil and they're good at getting makeup off as well. You can pop them in the washing machine. They're completely reusable. This is to celebrate Earth Day, so this is our contribution to do something eco-friendly. So what you're going to need for these is a ball of yarn. You're also going to need a crochet hook. This one is, this is my nicest hook. It's quite an ergonomic design because it's got a very soft handle. This is a 4mm hook, which is recommended for this size of, this width of yarn. The yarn will usually tell you what size hook you'll need, and I'd recommend following that because it's usually pretty accurate. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. So to get started, we're going to make a magic circle. So to do that, you want to take your yarn in your hand like this, so hold it with your thumb against your 2 fingers, wrap it around your fingers and back over, and then on this side, cross it over like that and hold it there with this finger. Then take your crochet hook, you're going to go under this one, over this one and pull it through, twist it round and then go back under this one at the back and pull it through. This is quite a tricky maneuver. And there you have yourself a little circle. Your tail will usually end up a bit tangled in it, so I always pull mine out. You can work that in at the end, so there's no need to worry about that. So this here is your magic circle. So also to hold your yarn, with your tail end, so this is your tail end, this part that's still connected to the ball, you want that to go over your little finger, come around, and then you want to hold it there. I tend to just keep it like that. So I have a tension here, and this part here is loose. So this allows the yarn to keep moving through my hand as I crochet, and it stops it from becoming tense. So to begin with, we're going to do a chain of 2. So to do a chain stitch, so this is your loop on your hook. You want to bring your hook behind your yarn and then pull it through that loop. So you need to do 2 of those. So bring your hook behind your yarn and pull it through. So that's a chain stitch of 2. So you can see there we've got 1 and 2. Now you're going to want to do 11 double crochets into this ring. So this is a slightly more complicated stitch, but once you've mastered this, you've essentially mastered crochet. So to do a double crochet, you want to bring your yarn over your hook, then go into your circle. Now this bit is the tricky bit. So go into your circle, bring your yarn over your hook again, pull it through. So now you'll have 3 bits of yarn on your hook. You'll then want to bring your yarn through the first 2. You've now got 2 loops on your hook. Then you'll want to bring your yarn through those 2 again, and you'll end up with 1 loop on your hook. So that is 1 double crochet. So that's that one there. So this here is your chain, and this one here is your double crochet. So you need to do 11 of those. So that was 1. So let's do another one. Bring your yarn over your hook, go into your magic circle, bring your yarn over your hook again, pull it through. You've got 3 on your hook. Just gonna hold that in there. Then you want to bring your yarn through 2 and bring your yarn through the other 2. So that's your second crochet, double crochet. So that's 2. Let's do another one. I'll do another one slowly, and then I'm going to speed on ahead, and you can meet me at the end. So over your hook, into your magic circle, yarn over the hook again, pull it through. It's always wise to tilt your hook down as you pull it through. You get a better grip that way. Bring your yarn over, through the first 2, bring your yarn over, through the second 2. So that's 3. So I'm just going to speed on ahead now. Feel free to pause the video, and once you've made 11, then meet me round at the other side. So this is what your 11 double crochets will look like. It looks like a bit of a mess at the moment, doesn't really look like anything, but here is why it's a magic circle. So you've got your tail end here. If you just give that a tug whilst holding your work, so I tend to bring it through my fingers and have it here, so as you've got your work here where you can control how it moves, and just tighten it, just pull it like that, and then flatten it out and you end up with a circle. But you'll see at the top, it's not a closed circle, you've still got this gap here that needs closing. Got that gap there. So in order to close it, you need to do a slip stitch. So a slip stitch is exactly what it sounds like. You're just slipping a stitch through, you're not adding any stitches. So you need to go into the top of your first double crochet, so this one here is your chain. The top of the double crochet is here, this part here. So if you see, let me see if I can get that any closer. So that there, that's your chain. That there is your first double crochet. You want to put your hook into the top there. So you'll see that you've got, it looks like you've got two bits on your yarn, on your hook, sorry, because that's the top of the stitch. So pop your hook in there, bring your yarn over and pull it through, then pull this one through what's already on your hook. And there you've closed the circle. You'll need to keep pulling this bit tight, pulling your tail tight, because the circle will keep opening up because it's not secured yet. But that is your first round. That's the opening round. That's the basis of your scrubby. So you need to build up your height for the next one. So to do that, we just need to do a chain 1. So that's like how we began, of just bringing the yarn over the hook and pulling it through. That's a chain of 1. And now we need to do a double crochet. So that's the stitch we've been doing, where you go yarn over into the hole, pull through, pull through. But we're going to do it into the top of where we've just done this stitch, which is, if you see there, that little hole there. So we've done yarn over, we're going into that hole, then pull it through, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So that is your first double crochet of your second round. So all around this, in every stitch, so you'll see where you've got your stitches going up, then you've got this flat edge there. That's where you're going to be crocheting into. So you need to do 2 double crochets into each of those stitches. So you yarn over into the top of the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Then you do the exact same thing back into that hole that you've just made, that you've just stitched into, so that one there. So yarn over, back into that hole, pull through 2, pull through 2. Let's do another one together. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. That one's a bit of a tight one. And then into the same stitch again, yarn over, into your stitch, yarn over and pull through 2, and pull through 2. I'll do one more with you and then I'll speed on and meet you at the end of the round. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm going to rush around to the next side now. I'll meet you at the end. Feel free to pause the video. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the round. I've got one more 2 lots of double crochet to do into the last stitch. I'm just going to do those ones now. So it's yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the stitch and pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so we've made it back round to the top. So you'll see that you've got like that V shape there again. So again, we need to close the stitch, close the round. So that will be going into the top of your first stitch. So that's going in there and doing a slip stitch. So that's yarn over, help if I yarned over the right way, pull through and pull through all of it. I've got a bit of a broken yarn there. There you go, so that is your next round complete. It's the exact same for the next round of chaining 1, so that's yarn over and pull through, and then 2 double crochets, well 1 double crochet into the first stitch because your chain already counts as a stitch. So that's 1 double crochet, put that back on my hook, and then 2 double crochets into each of these. So let's do some together. Yarn over, into your stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1. Into your stitch, yarn over and pull, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that's 2. So it's the exact same all the way around. You can see that you're already building up some height there. So I'll meet you at the other side. So yeah, we're back at the top. We've got our V shape at the top. We're just going to close that up. We're doing a slip stitch. There we go, that's all closed. To finish this off, we're going to put a little edge on it. So that's just going to be a single crochet all the way around. So we're going to chain 1 again. We always chain 1 at the start of each round. So that's the chain 1. And then we're just going to go into the top of each stitch once. So we're not going to yarn over, we're not going to do that, we're just going to go straight into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then pull through both. That's a single crochet. You only need to do 1 in each stitch, so let's do another one. So into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. And again into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both. And it's just like that all the way around. It gives it a bit of a firmer edge, stops it from curling up quite as much. Yarn over and pull through both. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through both. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through both. So I'm going to brush around to the edge and I'll show you how to finish it. So I've got 1 more stitch that I need to do, so I'm going to put my hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's our last one. So now we need to go into this top stitch here, that one there, pop that in. It's a bit of a tricky stitch, that one, because it's always the starting stitch. Pull your yarn through and pull it through your previous stitch, and that is a slip stitch to finish it off. Now just to secure this yarn, with your loop here, I'm just going to pull some yarn through it and then have a tug on that one and that'll close it off. Just give myself a little bit more yarn actually. So then you've got this big loop here that you've just closed off, and then just give that a snip and pull your tail yarn out. And that is your scrubby done. Just need to give it a bit of a stretch out because sometimes the yarn does fall into itself a little bit. So now we need to sort these ends out. So the easiest way that I find to do this, you can either use a tapestry needle. This one technically isn't a tapestry needle because its eye is slightly too small, but you could use that to just pop it onto your needle. But where this isn't quite a tapestry needle, it won't go on very well. But you would just, fold it over, pop it through, and then you would just sew into each of these holes. But what I like to do, because I'm forever losing my needles, is just go through the last of each stitch and pull the yarn through it, turn it around, go through the next stitch. Which one am I in? That one. So we're going to go through that next stitch, pull that yarn through, and just work it back through a couple of your previous stitches just to secure it. That's usually the easiest way to sort your tails. It's not the most secure method, but for something like this, you wouldn't really need it to be as secure as stitching. If you're making cuddly toys and things like that for children, then it's better to stitch them and to make sure you knot it completely, because they do have a tendency to come undone when you've got little hands on them. But for something like this, you can easily just give it a stretch and it will bury itself in the middle there. And then this bottom one, I tend to just go through the posts of each stitch, so you'll see them in all of the little gaps, so that there is a post. I'll just pull this through it. It's a bit trickier down here. I missed that one. So I'll go through the post. Yeah, the bottom one is usually a little bit more tricky. I should probably tighten that first. That's coming undone. Okay, let's go the other way then. Go through that post. Pull it through. Kind of have to work at this one a little bit more. It's not quite as easy to do, but it's equally as secure. Go through that post. Oh, I'm getting caught on something. There we go, and I'll go through one more. Go under that post and under that one. And just pull it through. It's a very lazy way to tuck your ends in, but the ends are the bit I hate the most, so I never do them properly. Very lazy. But yeah, there you go. Give it a stretch out. And there is your face scrubby. So this one is a little bit smaller than the other one that I made. I think it's got the same amount of rows, but the yarn I used for this one was a bit thicker. But also this colour is not good for teaching because you can't really see much of it. But yeah, you can make them whatever size you want. I've got a stack of these little ones that I just keep in a jar with some water and some coconut oil, and it's like ready to go, makeup remover. Super handy to have. You just rinse them after you've used them. Yeah, enjoy making it and happy Earth Day.